Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday segment of Divine Femininity United. I'm your girl, Dr. Bianca Mz Bee Lee, and we are here for our next chapter reading. We are airing live, you all know, on several platforms. We are on Clubhouse, the OG Triple OG. We are also on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, all of the things. Okay. Hey, everyone, and hello. I see someone I have not seen in quite some time on Clubhouse. Welcome. It's so good to see you. Happy belated birthday too. I know your Leo has called. Okay. Hello, you all. Welcome. We have really journeyed through this book, you all. This book has been amazing. If you were here with us this past Tuesday, then you know that the chapter 9 title, Pride, was, oh my God. Listen, we were gutted in the most loving way, but we were gutted nonetheless. Pride. Yikes. Okay. Even some who feel that they are kind-hearted and good and this and that. Oh, when I tell you every last one of us was called out and to the front to look at ourselves, to really go in and just take that reflective mirror look and see, even if we're like giving to others, what vein are we giving in? Are we giving it with what the book referred to as false humility? Oh no, it's okay, I'm just a giver, all of that, but then it's really ego that you're fueling and that you're feeding. You know what I'm saying? We were called out in every which way. We were, what the elders say, we were turned every which way but loose. Seriously. And I love that for us. I love that for us because that's love for real. Love says, I will not continue to let you do the crazy stuff that you're doing. And I'm gonna love the hell right on about you. Okay? Regardless. And the only way that we can heal is if we reveal. We gotta reveal it. Even in AA and NA, they say the first step to recovery is acknowledgement, owning it. So how many of us can put on our big girl panties, our big boy drawers, and own it? Own it. If you messed up, you messed up. But this is not even room for condemnation. We're not even beating ourselves down because that's not where we live either. Right? This journey is literally us making our way back to us, our higher self, our divine self, our best self, our organic self, our authentic self. This persona and these things that we picked up in this life, they don't belong to us. So this is a journey of return to sender, right? And I'm here for it. I hope you are too. As I tell you all the time, I have to, give my church announcement. It is Sunday, but if you don't have the book and you desire the book, let me know. I have the book in PDF form in this ebook version. It is for you, available for you for free. You don't have to pay anything. Of course, I am a founder of a nonprofit organization. So if you want to donate and sow a seed, then that's up to you. But it's not required to get the book, okay? If we're reading the book, I want you to read along with us. This ain't for sale. Growth is not for sale. Hello, somebody. Enlightenment is not for sale. Awareness is not for sale. Healing is not for sale. It is available for all of us. Love is not for sale. It is what we are. It is who we are. And together we're holding each other's hand. We're walking each other back home. So whatever I read to you and with you, I want you to have the book available for yourself. So anything that I read here on these platforms, I always have it available for you. So let me know, email me. I'll give you all the information at the end of the live where you can do so. Okay. But without further ado, we are going to go into our chapter 10 reading of Letting Go, written by the late, great, phenomenal Dr. David R. Hawkins. You all listen, this man here, if you've never heard of him, you talking about levels of consciousness and have reached levels of consciousness that are mind blowing. And for him to be an additive into the psychology realm and the wellness arena, scientific arena. We need people like that. We need enlightened beings in all genres of career. Okay? We just do. We need enlightened beings everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. So please, because what'll happen is in these arenas, these fields of career and things like that, what will happen is when you're coming from your divine self, then you know that there is integrity there, there's love there, there's empathy there. You understand what I'm saying? There's heart to heart action going on. There's soul to soul, spirit to spirit. There is a I see you, I am you type of exchange when you have enlightened, empowered, aware beings in across the career fields, right? We need that because right now we lack a lot of integrity in these fields. We lack a lot of consideration in these fields. We lack, especially coming from the top on down. Hello, we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but you all know. If you know, you know, and I know you know because you're here. Okay. Alrighty, you all. So look, here we go. Chapter 10. This chapter is entitled Courage. The hallmark of courage is the knowledge and feeling I can. It is a positive state in which we feel assured, skillful, adequate, capable, alive, loving, and giving, with an overall zest for life. We are capable of humor, activity, confidence, and clarity. In this state, we feel centered, balanced, flexible, happy, independent, and self sufficient. We can be inventive, creative, and open. In courage, there is a lot of energy, action, letting go, capacity to be there, to be spontaneous, resilient, resourceful, and cheerful. In this state, we can be very effective in the world. Next section, the courage to let go. The courage to let go. The level of courage is very important and very helpful in the mechanism of surrender. In courage, we know I can look at my feelings. I don't have to be afraid of my feelings anymore. I can handle them. I can take responsibility for them. I can learn how to accept them and be free from them. I am willing to take risks, to let go of old points of view and to explore new ones. I'm willing to be joyous and share my experience with others. I experience myself as willing and able. It is often easy to jump from any of the lower feelings up to courage merely by affirming our courage to look at and handle our feelings. The mere willingness to look at and begin to handle them increases our self esteem. If, for instance, we have a fear and are unwilling to look at it, then we feel diminished and our self esteem is lowered. If we are willing to look at that fear, examine it, acknowledge its presence, see how it has inhibited our life, and begin to surrender it, then our self esteem increases, whether the fear disappears or not. We all know that it takes courage to face fear. We champion the people who face their fear and attempt to do something about it. Such courage is one of the characteristics of nobility and makes a person truly great. Despite all of their negative programming and despite all of their fear, courageous people go forward in life with no guarantee and not even the knowledge that things are going to get better. So, courage increases our self respect and brings to us the respect of others. We no longer need to feel ashamed. Let's look at the example of a man who surrendered from a lifelong terror of heights. He had worked on being free of the fear for several years and it had gotten much better, but there was still plenty of it left. This was evident when he went to the Grand Canyon with a friend. At first, he stood back about 6 feet from the ledge. In previous years, he wouldn't have gone within a block of it. Now he stood there, hesitantly. The friend took his hand, saying, "Come on over at the edge with me." And so he did. He kept surrendering on the fear as he walked forward and found that he could actually stand right next to the edge, although admittedly not without still feeling considerable discomfort. When they left the edge of the canyon, the friend looked at him approvingly and said, "Well, at least you did it. I know how much courage that took." Even though he had not totally overcome the fear, by transcending an inner barrier, he had earned his own self respect and the respect of others. When we have these breakthrough experiences, we begin to perceive our fear differently and we stop being ashamed of it. We stop allowing it to invalidate our true worth. It increases our inner strength and our self approval. In due time, the underlying fears, which require courage to overcome, diminish to the point that we move on to acceptance. Okay, he's still referring to the scale of the level of enlightenment. Okay, the level of consciousness. Okay, so again, if you did not read the book along with us, Power versus Force, previously, then and that book is available for you too if you desire it. But if you didn't read that book, then you wouldn't be able to follow unless you are fully aware of the levels of consciousness. Okay, so but that's what he's talking about. We are slowly but surely climbing up the levels of consciousness through this book as well. But he's also talking about how you can exercise that and be freer. Okay, by way of letting go. Next section, self empowerment. On the level of courage, the emphasis is on doing. We already know that we are capable of providing for our own needs and for those of others. And we know that if we are willing to put forth the effort, we can obtain what we want. Thus, people on the level of courage are the doers of the world because we can only give away what we ourselves already have. People on the level of courage are able to be supportive and encouraging of others. This is because they are able to give as well as receive. And there's a balance between giving and receiving that occurs naturally. The levels of consciousness up to this point are concerned primarily with gain. Now, on the level of courage, there's greater power and energy. We have the ability to give to others because other people are no longer being looked at primarily as a means of help, survival, or support. When we are in a state of courage, we sense our own inner power, strength, and self worth. We know that we have the capacity to make a difference in the world, not just gain something from it for ourselves. Because of the inner self confidence, we are much less concerned with security. The emphasis is no longer on what people have, but upon what they do and have become. With courage, there's the willingness to take chances and to let go of former securities. There's the willingness to grow and benefit from new experiences. This involves the capacity to admit mistakes without indulging in guilt and self recrimination. That's what it is. Our sense of self worth is not diminished by looking at areas that need improvement. We are able to admit the presence of problems without being diminished. As a result, energy, time, and effort are put into self improvement. On this level, statements of intention and purpose are much more powerful, and envisioned results tend to manifest. We are much more enterprising and creative because our energies are not drained by the constant preoccupation with emotional or physical survival. Because of greater flexibility, there is a willingness to examine issues with a view to changing overall meaning and context. There's a willingness to risk shifting paradigms. A paradigm is a whole world view, and it is only limited by what we view as possible. As old ways of looking at things are challenged, our worldview begins to stretch and expand. That which was previously considered to be impossible becomes possible and eventually is experienced as a new dimension of reality. There is the capacity to look within ourselves to examine our belief systems, ask questions, and seek new solutions. On the level of courage, we're willing to take self improvement courses, learn consciousness techniques, and risk the journey within to seek our own true higher self, the inner reality. There is a willingness to experience uncertainty, periods of confusion, and temporary upset because underneath the temporary discomfort, we have a long term transcendent goal. The mind that is operating on the level of courage makes such statements as, I can handle it, we'll make it, the job will get done, we can see this through, all things shall pass. If we test a person's muscle strength with kinesiology when in the state of courage, the level of I can handle it, they will test positive and remain strong to our challenge. Although there is still vulnerability to negative thoughts or energies, such as those that emanate from fluorescent lights or artificial sweeteners, the bioenergy field is more radiant than that of the lower negative states. Because courage is a stronger, more resilient energy field. Physical illnesses are less likely to be a predominant aspect of life. There may be chronic residuals of illnesses that originated from the lower levels of consciousness, but they are generally not stabilized. In courage, there is an overall sense of strength and well-being. That's good. That's good. That is so true, because when you are courageous and when you don't hold those fears, or you don't let the fears govern you, so to speak. Yeah, obstacles come. We know that, right? We know that things are going to come, setbacks are going to come. Those are, to be honest, to me personally, this is how I now see this. I didn't see this always, right? I now see this as that's the journey, that's the fun, right? That's the test, the challenges of life that allows us to be creative in how we're going to maneuver. So an obstacle comes. Say for instance, you're playing a video game and an obstacle come, right, to try to prevent you from getting to the end of that level. A big obstacle come, and your person that you're playing as is small and minute in comparison to that obstacle that's there trying to prevent you from reaching your goal, the end of the level. Instead of cowering and shutting the game off and saying, "Oh, this too hard." No, what you do is you say, "Okay, let's process this for a second, right? My person that I'm playing with is a little scrawny in comparison to that obstacle. All right, let's see my tools. Let me see, what inventory do I have? I might have a gun, I might have a knife, I might have a bazooka. Okay, I got that. Let's see. How many lives do I got left? Because I might get taken out of this for a little bit. Okay. Long as I got enough to come back, I'm cool. Okay. How many coins I got? How much money? So if I need to purchase an additional tool or some re-up on the ammo, I'm good. I got enough. I got my resources. Cool. Okay. I mean, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I think I got enough. I can handle this. I can handle this. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. I might get knocked around a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. I got it. Right? We can do this. Let's do it. All hands on deck. Let's get it done. That's someone who looks at obstacles from the view of courage. That's also someone that understands. I don't know if you all remember a couple weeks ago, and I say this often, but I know I stated it a couple of weeks ago, that the only problem that we as humans face, there's only one problem that we as beings face, and that is the problem that we do not know who we are. That's it. All of these other perceived problems are not problems at all. The only one problem that we have, singular, is that we don't know who we are. And if we knew who we were, everything that we were perceived as a problem before would only present itself as an opportunity to demonstrate who we are, right? Let's go back to the analogy of the game. If you knew who you were, it takes courage, it takes a knowing, confidence in self, empowerment, right? For us to face that obstacle and say, oh, I got this. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see what we got. We got the tools, we got oh yeah. It takes someone who fully is tapped into who they are for them to look at any and every challenge. I don't care how great or small, and rise to the occasion and say, this is okay. Yeah, let's do it. I love it. I love it. Mm-hmm. That's what they say. Small things to a giant. Yeah. Yeah. I believe, in my opinion, I really do believe that fear is an illusion. Fear is what we make it. You know what I'm saying? Fear is an illusion. Nothing makes us afraid except for us, our own mind. We think the thought of fear, and that thought creates feelings because we believe the thought. Once we believe the believed thought created a feeling. And that feeling we felt in our whole entire being. And that being, what we felt in our being, has then manifested itself as something real. It made us believe that this is a real thing when it never was. And it never will be. The only reason that it took effect is because you said so. That's it. Otherwise, it would never have been there. Okay? Here we go. Next section, awareness of others. Awareness of others. The lifestyle on this level shows a balance of work, enjoyment, and love. There's not the necessity for overambition or workaholism. Although people on the level of courage are capable of considerable energy output if the situation requires it. Because of the letting go of so much negativity, there's a desire and a capacity to love and to have loving relationships. Absolutely. These now assume equal importance with efforts towards survival. There is a vocational security, and in the work area, there's a concern for the welfare of others. People on this level characteristically state that they want jobs which will be of some benefit to the world. That's it. They want to feel that there is more meaning to their job than just the salary. Personal growth is important. And there is the awareness on this level that our life is either positively or negatively influencing those around us. That's it. That's it. That's one of the reasons why I pivoted 100% from the beauty arena into what I'm doing right now. Yeah, that is also one of the reasons why I pivoted from the music arena, the music industry, into the beauty arena, for sure. On the lower levels of consciousness, which are characterized by egotism, there is so much more concern with self-gain that there is little energy or thought given to our effect on others. On the level of courage, we no longer identify solely with the small self, the human self. The world is no longer seen as the depriving or punishing bad parent. Instead, the world is seen as challenging and presenting opportunities for growth, development, and new experiences. Exactly. There are no more problems that we see. We look at those obstacles as opportunities to show up as our whole higher self. Okay, be creative, learn how to pivot. Thus, this level is characterized by optimism and the feeling that with the correct facts, education, and orientation, sooner or later, most problems can be worked out satisfactorily. The lower levels limit our consciousness to personal concern, it's true. But on this level, social issues become important, and energy is expanded to help overcome social problems and to be helpful to those less fortunate. Therefore, generosity becomes possible, not just financially, but also in a generosity of attitude. Pleasure is derived from the championing of causes and from supporting the endeavors of others. This energy creates new jobs, businesses, industries, and political and scientific solutions. Education, although not always in the academic sense, becomes important. That's it. That's it. On the level of courage, we really start becoming conscious. It dawns on us that we have the freedom and the capacity to choose. We no longer have to be the victim. And freedom in the psychological, emotional, and spiritual sense is possible. Therefore, much less rigidity is present. And because of flexibility and the capacity of concern and genuine love for others, people on this level make good parents, bosses, employees, and citizens. There is a capacity to put ourselves in another's place and a concern for the feelings of others, as well as their overall welfare. Although the lower negative feelings still tend to occur, they do not predominate or determine one's lifestyle. That is, we do it even though we're scared. People on this level are the backbone of the country. They are the people we turn to when it is necessary to do so for the common good. They are dependable and can be counted on because of their willingness to accept responsibility. On this level, there's a social conscience of humanitarianism. As the basis of moral decision, guilt takes a back seat to the welfare of others. It is from this level that we get such sayings as success breeds success. Because of adequate functioning, there's a positive feedback, which reinforces confidence and allows greater self-exploration as well as exploration of the world. Although effort is still required to accomplish goals, It is much less than on the lower levels. There's a greater satisfaction and gratification because there's a greater reward with less effort than that which would be required to overcome fear. There is much greater capacity not only to seek help, but to be able to utilize it and benefit from it. Money is used in much more constructive manner, and there is a concern with how the expenditures will affect the lives of others. Money is not spent solely for self gratification, self aggrandizement, or self fortification. Rather, it is seen as a tool for accomplishment. That's it. That's it. This level is the one of which true spiritual awareness becomes possible. Because of the emergence from egotism and the relinquishment of identification with the small self, there is an experiencing of higher energies and the hope of increased awareness. On the lower levels, God is viewed from the emotional coloration of that level. Thus, in apathy, the whole relationship with God is hopeless, if it can be considered at all. On the level of grief, one feels hopelessness separated from any help from God. When overcome with grief, the person feels undeserving of any relationship with God, and punishment is expected rather than love. On the level of fear, the fear may be so great that the problem of God cannot be faced, so that the subject is blotted out of consciousness, and God is viewed as fearful, punishing, avenging, jealous, and angry. On the level of anger, God is viewed as depriving, arbitrary, capricious, and failing. On the level of pride, there is egotism about one's religious or spiritual position, characterized by rigidity, inflexibility, intolerance, proneness to exclusivity, bigotry, clinishment, religious argumentation, and warring. On the level of courage, we are willing to take responsibility for our religious and spiritual position. The increased awareness often results in the emergence of the spiritual seeker, and the pursuit of truth in its religious or spiritual sense truly awakens. This may result in a reaffirmation of our previous position, but now from a totally new viewpoint, that of choice. It may bring about changes, which may be either slow and gradual or sudden. On this level, there's the awakening of consciousness and the realization that our beliefs and views are now a result of our choice, not just a result of previous blind programming. There's a search for meaning, and this may occur on the level of ethics and humanitarianism rather than in the area specifically denoted as formal religion. We investigate our social function and role in the world, and we inquire as to the value of our lives, not only to ourselves, but also to others. Carl Jung said that the healthy personality is equally balanced between work, play, love, and an aspect of personality called spirituality, which we could also define as the search for meaning and value. These investigations bring inner upsets, but also moments of acceptance and peace. There are moments of intuitive understanding which beckon us on to continue the quest, to find out if there is anything beyond just the physical and material world and its ever changing phenomena. This level of consciousness is a good one from which to look at and let go of more negative feelings. On this level, we have the energy, capacity, self confidence, and willingness to acquire know how and undergo the necessary steps of learning. On this level, there's a desire of self improvement and the realization that better states of mind are possible. The level of courage knows that it is not necessary to endure the pain and suffering of the negative emotions or their interference with the satisfaction of life. In courage, we are no longer willing to pay the cost of negativity. We are concerned about the effects of our negative feelings on the welfare of others with whom we are closely associated. Most people who have learned the letting go technique will continue to use it until they have reached this level of consciousness. On this level, their major life problems are now under control. That's it. They are experiencing vocational satisfaction and success. Material wants are supplied. Major problems in relationships have straightened out. They are no longer consciously experiencing pain and suffering, and there is satisfaction from grown and developed in certain areas, from having grown and developed in certain areas. When we are comfortable, there's a temptation to stop using the technique and only resume it in emergency situations, or when negative feelings again become painful and necessitate our attention. However, there's more yet to be had because there's always a feeling going on which can be surrendered. The continuation of the process will lead to greater and greater benefits. That's it. Continual surrender will bring about constant, subtle changes, especially on the levels of subtle awareness in our capacity for love. Previously, we had likened the radiation of love, which stems from our higher aspect, to the energy of the sunlight. We noted that as the dark clouds of negativity are removed, this energy and our capacity to accept it and radiate it outwardly increases progressively. On the level of courage, our capacity to love is now much stronger, and it has the power to support and encourage others, lending strength to that which is positive and constructive in them. Assisting their development brings us the pleasure of watching their growth and their increasing happiness. This capacity within us can grow ever stronger. It can become ever more powerful and self rewarding, as well as more beneficial to others. We can utilize courage to reinforce our desire to grow beyond our present state, because on this level, we are already getting inklings that there is something within us that we had hitherto unsuspected. These are indicated by those sudden episodes of perfect stillness and peace in which we have great clarity, understanding, and heightened sensitivity to beauty. We discover that it is through the music and not because of it that we experience our mind going suddenly still. And in that moment of stillness, we were allowed to experience a greater dimension. There may be fleeting seconds in which we feel a complete identification and oneness with others, as though there were no separation. These are the moments of breaking through into the experiencing of our real higher self. The memory of those moments is never forgotten. When they first start to happen, we don't know what they mean. We think they are accidental, just due to chance. We attribute the feeling to external events, such as beauty of a sunset, a symphonic passage, or a loving gesture. But as we investigate further, we find that these are only the circumstances that allowed something else to happen. They were not the cause. They allowed a certain stillness of the mind to take place. And because of that stillness, we were allowed a moment in which we were able to experience something other than the chatter of our own mind with its incessant, restless play of sensations, feelings, thoughts, emotions, and memories. In the moments when time seems to stand still, we get a glimpse of what is possible. These moments are so rewarding that they are treasured for a lifetime. When they occur, something is experienced that is very impressive. Could it be that beyond the turbulence of the world and our own mind, there is silence, a realm of peace that is always waiting? Mm, 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 mm. That was good, y'all. Oh, that was a short chapter, but it was so good nonetheless. Courage, courage. It takes courage to give yourself permission to be your true self. It takes courage to give yourself permission to speak your feelings verbally, regardless of what the other ramifications would be, what it will result in. It takes courage to feel your feelings and not fight or flight, evade, run, escape, repress, suppress, avoid. It takes courage to love big and fully again after being hurt, after being, lied on, after being mistreated, abused, misused, underappreciated, not seen, not heard, not valued by others. It takes courage to open up your heart again and to choose to love again. It takes courage. It takes courage to step out there and do what it is that you are passionate to do. It takes courage to break away from that, what we call stable job, what we call, and I'm air quoting, stable, because as long as it's not yours and your name is not on the marquee, there's nothing stable about it. Because at any moment, on any day, you can get a notice of dismissal, release, laying off, furloughed, for whatever the reason. Because of course, Lord knows, the employees don't really know all the goings on in the upper echelon, the executive boards. But you better believe the executive teams are going to cover themselves before they cover you. It takes courage to step out there. It takes courage. It takes courage to go. It takes courage to stay. It takes courage to leave. It takes courage to choose. It takes courage. It takes courage to be yourself when everyone else, when it's easy to be everyone else or be what other people want you to be. It takes courage. It takes courage to be the difference. It takes courage. Mm, mm, But when you choose courage, every time you choose courage, you grow more and more and more and more proud of yourself, in love with yourself, excited about yourself and what you're capable of, because you really don't know what you're capable of until you take the courageous step to step outside of your comfort zone, what you've already experienced, and step into the unknown, what you have yet to experience. It takes courage to know more about you, to take the steps to peel back more layers of you, to discover you, to reconnect with you, to remember you. It takes courage. I love this for us. Okay? I love this for us. If you have a fear of speaking in front of, an audience, public speaking, then somewhere your voice was muzzled. Somewhere you were hushed. Somewhere you weren't given the ability to say, to sing, to be, to express fully. Somewhere you were stifled. Somewhere someone told you to stop it, shut it down, be quiet, hush. To the point where you carry that, and you're demonstrating out of that limitation. Yeah, it takes courage to find that voice and use it. Here's the thing too: the fear of speaking in front of other people. I have never had that problem, but the fear of speaking in front of other people, is, again, fear is an illusion. That fear is an illusion. These people that you're speaking to, they're no greater than you. These people that you're speaking to are people just like you. So when you're speaking to them, you're speaking to yourself. You're speaking to yourself. So you should be comfortable speaking to you, unless you're not comfortable speaking to you. Right? It takes courage. It takes courage. Activate that courage. In dealing with the chakra, that courage is in your solar plexus area. It's that solar plexus, your belly area. That gut, that gusto. It's in that arena right there. Confidence, self-esteem, self-love, empowerment. It's right in there. Courage, assertiveness. Right in there. Oh yeah, the drive to do what it is that you desire to do, that you want to do, be what you want to be, standing firm on that. not wavering to the left and to the right. That's your solar plexus. And if you don't have that and that's not active in your life, then that means that that solar plexus, that chakra, that epicenter is blocked or inactive completely. And it needs to be reactivated, opened, so that the energy can properly flow through, up and out, and back through your being seamlessly. If you need some assistance with that, you reach out to me and I will do that with you. We can activate and we can sharpen and fine tune all of your chakras if need be. But we're speaking about the courage today, which affects your solar plexus. Okay, your solar plexus. Stomach problems, all of those things right in that area, solar plexus for sure. Okay, I got you. I got you. This was good, so good. I love that. Courage, courage, courage. Listen, if you do not have the book, like I say every week, get the book, okay? Get the book. Send me an email at info@biancamzbeelee.com and let me know what your email address is or which email address you want me to send it to and who you want me to send a copy to. Because, let me know. I'm free to give it to anybody. It doesn't matter. Again, if it's mine, it's yours. Okay. Alrighty, so send the email to info@biancamzbeelee.com. If you want, visit my website, okay? Go to my website on Clubhouse, it's right above my head. On the video platforms, it's on the screen. Go to my website and take part in anything that I have there. You can see the astrological transits. I'm about to do the Venus and Libra that is coming up on the 29th. Those with Libra placements, you're definitely going to be affected in a beautiful way. Those who signs who are ruled by Venus, you're going to be affected as well. Taurus, definitely. So, but it's a good thing that you can see that one that I'm about to post, and then you'll see all of the other ones that are right now activated. There are some that are still inactive, activated right now, like Saturn retrograde. That's going on right now. It will be going on. I want to say, but until the end of the year, that's not on there. But if you wanna keep up with the transits, follow my social media pages, okay? Follow my social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You'll see all of those things. LinkedIn. You see all of those transits on all of my platforms. You'll be able to see it, follow it, know what's going on, okay, and know how it will be affecting you in a great way. I will never say it's going to affect you in a negative way, because even if it seems like it's bad, it's for your good. Life is happening for you, never to you. So if there's a shift, a shaking of, what you have gotten comfortable in, it's shaken up for a reason. It's shaking it up for a reason. If things are falling apart seemingly and you having a tower moment, it's falling apart for a reason, because you need to those things, those paradigms, those beliefs, those structures, those habits, they need to be broken. They need to be shattered so that you can reset yourself, reinvent yourself, reposition yourself, okay? Rebuild, reinvent, all of those things. You have to do those things. We get comfortable too fast in this life. And just as the universe is growing and evolving and changing and shifting and moving second by second, nature is evolving, changing, growing, moving second by second. Do you not think that you are evolving and moving and shifting second by second? You are. Like the moon, the planets, the stars, the sun, nature, you are a part of all of that stuff that's going on. You are. Those are the makings of you. We are all the makings of each other. Okay? That tree is made of you. You are made of that tree. Hello. You don't see yourself? Don't you resemble? It's uncanny, the resemblance. Okay? That's the interconnectedness of us. So stop being comfortable. Stop getting comfortable. We are not here to stay. Okay? We are here to shift. We are here to evolve. We are here to grow. We are here to expand. We are here to level up. We are here to get back to us, our higher self. So don't get comfortable in this life. We are supposed to be in it, not of it. Okay? You are not from here. Stop making yourself a part of here. Okay? Bottom line, period, as I say. Alrighty, you all, listen. Again, if you need your copy, go get your copy. Visit the website. Take part of, like I said, I talked about the transits, but take part in any courses, any services that I have. It's readily available for you. All of everything is on there. The pricing and everything is on there. What you will undergo is all on there. Also, merchandise. You can find the merchandise on my website. You can also find it on Walmart.com. What else? What else? What else? I have a nonprofit, a 501c3. If you want to donate to that, you can. It's right there. Everything is right there. Okay, everything is right there. We're doing things, constantly doing things. Every day we're doing things. I was just working with, talking to the executive director of the mayor's office in DC just yesterday about implementing some programs here in the state of Georgia that they have there that they do so beautifully. Oh my God, I absolutely love what they have going on in terms of the returning citizens to reduce recidivism and things like that. I love it. And that is what we're doing right now. I'm right now currently working with the state of Georgia to be able to get the governor and his cabinet to be able to get a lot of those things going on here in Georgia, as there's none of that is in place, and I'm going to put it in place. You better understand it. Okay. We're doing a lot of things. I also posted on the nonprofit pages. If you follow me, then you'll be able to gain access to those pages as well. But I also posted not long ago an attention post. Okay, attention. If you're giving away luggage, right, and you're taking it to your local thrift stores, Goodwill, and all of that stuff, we're asking that you not do that and take it to your local foster care agencies. All right. Take the luggage, the bags, the duffels to your local foster care agencies. The reason is because these children when they're being transported from one place to another, one home to another, one location to another, they're often having to do that in grocery bags. That does not feel good for anybody to have to transport all of their belongings in a grocery bag or a garbage bag. Okay. So if we can get if you're going to give it away anyway, right? So take it to your local, wherever you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be Georgia. It doesn't have to be it doesn't matter. Wherever your location is, take those luggages to the local foster care agencies, the local orphanages and things like that, so that those children can have luggages. It helps their self-esteem. It helps their feeling of, insecurity and things like that. The circumstance is already what it is, you all. We can only, for those of us who've never been in those circumstances, we can never imagine what those children are feeling. They are children, okay? So at least the least that we can do is to help them to be able to transport properly, with dignity. All right. So do that for me, please. That's the message that I put out there for, for our supporters and communities and things like that. Do that. Love, 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 love. Love by way of sowing, love by way of giving. Love, love, love. Okay. All righty, you all, listen. We'll be back here in 2 days on Tuesday with the next chapter, which is chapter 11. That chapter is entitled Acceptance. Of course, as you can see, he's climbing up the scales and the levels of consciousness. I love this for us. Okay. I love this for us. Get your book if you don't have your book. All right. All righty, you all. That's it for today. I love you. I mean it. There's absolutely positively nothing you can do about it. Don't you even try it. We'll see you back here Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here at Divine Femininity United. Peace. Thank you.